Before we get started, I would like, just to, get familiar with each other. If you'd like to just drop in the comments, your name, where you're joining from, what you do, and most importantly, what you're looking at gaining from today's session. If we can do that in just 1 minute, and it's also important that in this session today, you meet someone. So networking is also part of what we are doing today. So let's drop that quickly, your name, where you're joining from, and what you're looking for um, in this session. What you do also is very important, where you're joining from. Let's meet you. Um, please, let's do that quickly. Be rest assured that there's a lot for you to pick from today's session. It's not the usual session that you might have attended in the past, so be rest assured that. But I would also like to get a sense of what your expectations were when you saw this webinar, when you saw the flyer, when you saw the ad. What came to mind? What were you expecting? Please, I can't see anything in the chat. I want to believe that everybody can hear me. Let's put it in the chat. Let's put it in the chat. All right. Thank you so much, Oluwani Fasimi, for sharing. Thank you for being the first. Oluwani Fasimi is from Lagos, Nigeria. Currently unemployed, preparation ahead of getting a senior job while being efficient and making impact. Amazing. Thank you so much for that, Oluwani Fasimi. I'm stylishly waiting for others to join. We are about 6 on the call right now. To put their introduction in the chat. Just tell us where you're joining from. Tell us your name and what you're looking at getting from today's session. It will be interesting to see what our expectations are for this session today. And once again, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. All right, I think it's a good time to start. While the introductions keep going, we don't have much time. There's a lot for us to discuss today. And the webinar topic for today is why being good at your job is no longer enough. Trust me, a lot has changed in the world of work. So many things are happening right now, and so many things that we didn't prepare for. So many things that we were not prepared for is happening right now. And the truth is, it's not going to stop, right? We won't wake up someday and say, oh, now everything is balanced. Nothing new is happening again. Of course, a lot of things are going to keep happening, but what sets us apart is how prepared we are for those changes that happen around us. What we used to know as a job, what we used to know as what was enough for being in a job in the past is no longer enough today. And we're going to see as we begin to unpack and as we begin to go through this topic step by step, right? Being good at your job, we're not saying that it's not important, but we're saying that in 2026, being good at your job alone is no longer enough. That means there is more that is being demanded from you. And the more that is being demanded from you is not for you to work harder. There are other things that you need to add. It's like a pot of soup, right? There was a time that just adding salt to our food it was enough. And then, advancement came, a lot of new spices came. And so now for you to cook a pot of soup, you might have like 10 spices in that soup. That's what we're talking about. What used to be enough is no longer enough. Okay. About me, my name is Temitayo Adetokunbo. I'm the founder of Valoria Institute, a senior professional. I've been working for more than a decade. And my work over a decade has been, you know, working closely with people, understanding their challenges. I have sat in several conversations, some that led to people getting jobs, some that led to, getting being rejected. I have also been on the other side of the table, being interviewed, and it's very interesting that a lot of people still struggle. And a lot of people really think that if I'm so good at my job, I think that should be enough. Aside being on the side where, I'm trying to hire people, I've also been in conversations with people sharing their frustration. They will tell you, oh, I thought doing my job was enough. In fact, I will give you myself as an example. I used to think, oh, I just need to be behind the desk. Once I churn out the great work, it's going to speak for me. Trust me, it doesn't happen that way, right? And 5 years ago, I started Bloom Academy. Bloom Academy was supposed to be a, a development institute for young professionals. But I realized from what I had done then that it is not just about developing people, okay? It goes beyond just training and passing knowledge. Where we are today, knowledge alone will not help you survive. If all that you're doing is just going to school, studying, and getting just packing the knowledge, it's not enough anymore. Okay, and that's why I thought it was time for me to take this a bit further than what I was doing. Valoria Institute is a platform. It's a platform that elevates professionals. What we are building is a platform that showcases who you are and also gives you an opportunity to see the extent of what you can be. I'm really very passionate about helping people. I want to help people through what we are building in Valoria Institute to turn their potential into evidence that the world cannot ignore. Truth be told, I'm not where I want to be, but trust me, I'm on the way. And the goal is to build global relevance one idea at a time. So, welcome to today's webinar. I'm so glad to have you here. I'm so glad that today is happening. And I am also very optimistic that at the end of today's session, you are going to leave here better than you came. All right. There are two questions that I want us to answer before. Uh, sorry, give me a second. All right, sorry about that. I need to do something quickly. Two questions that I want you to answer, and you don't need to put that in the chat box. Just answer the question in your head. Thank you so much, Samola Bulo from Lagos, Nigeria, HR strategy expert and executive coach. My curiosity led me to this webinar today, wanting to understand the psychology of purpose behind Valoria and how I can leverage it to benefit professionals within my professional environment. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much for the curiosity, and of course by the end of the session you'll be able to see what we are doing and how you can also benefit professionals in your environment. So two questions that I want us to answer. Okay, be honest. You don't need to share your response, just answer them in your head, right? And the first question is, how many of us know someone who is genuinely obviously talented and whose career has barely moved in the last 5 years? We all know one person that you wonder why this person is not getting ahead in their career. They are so good. You engage with them. These guys are so talented. What is happening? Why are people struggling? And the second question is, how many of us know someone who is not the sharpest in any room, yet they keep getting promoted, recommended, and chosen? We all know someone, okay? And the reason I said that we are not putting this in the chat box is because, these are these questions, they're not, maybe the response is not something you want to speak out loud, especially for the question too. You definitely don't want to make someone feel that, oh, you're jealous or something, and that's why you think they're not good. But there are certainly, we have seen them. We have seen them everywhere around us. They're not the best. They're not you can tell even from just a conversation with them. But these people they keep getting the good spots. They keep getting promoted. They keep getting recommended. They keep getting chosen. Why is this way? Okay, we're going to unpack this and we're going to understand, right? What exactly does it require? What are people doing? Am I not working hard enough? Am I not doing enough in my career? Why is somebody getting all of the juicy offers that I'm not getting? Okay. The gap between them is what this conversation is. Truth be told, when people have conversations about this topic, it's usually from an emotional point of view. People want to begin to, make it look like, oh, it's not fair. At least I'm doing my work. If I'm doing my work, you should see me. My work should be rewarded. But it's not about fairness. There's nothing fair about this world that we exist in. There's nothing fair about it. What you will find out today is that the gap really is about a system that no one really taught us to see. We have been taught a way of approaching our career, approaching work. But there's actually a system that exists. We are all functioning in that system, but we are not even aware that there's actually a system, right? It's like when you talk about culture, they will say there is an unspoken rule. So you're existing in a place, nobody really tells you this is how we behave, but you just find everybody behaving that way. That is what you have, okay? This session is in 3 parts, I think. The first part is, let's even understand what were we sold, what were we told when we all started out in our careers, when we all started the first job that we wanted to get. You came out of school, even before, graduating, there was something they were telling us. It's the illusion. I call it the illusion for the sake of this session. There's a story we were sold about how a career works. There is something we have all been told that if you do it this way, just get this way, don't worry, everything will fall on your lap. Everything will just fall in place. And what's that illusion? It's a four-step promise that we have been told, right? Um, they've told us to work hard. They said, get better, get notice, an opportunity will find you. I hope if you're all familiar with this, let me see your reaction. If you're familiar with this four-step promise that has been made, you've been told that don't worry, just work hard and work harder. When you say, oh, I'm not getting that promotion, oh, work a little harder, it's because you're not working hard enough. They also tell you, when you work hard, you will get better. That's what they tell us. Working harder, you will get better through experience. When you do this for the next 20 years, don't worry, you become an expert. And once you become an expert, they naturally will say that, sorry, excuse me, not sure why this isn't okay. Sorry, I just need to correct something quickly. Okay. All right. So we've been told that, oh, it's a game of numbers. Just work hard. The harder you work, the better chance you get. No, it doesn't work that way. After getting, they said, oh, you get better. Don't worry. When you get better at what you're doing, you get noticed. And then, oh, when you get noticed, a lot of people have come, I think in the last, from that COVID-19 period to now, there's been a lot of people that have spoken about visibility. You need to post more on LinkedIn. You need to be seen. You need to show up. You need to do this. There's a lot of conversations around executive presence. There's just a whole bunch of things that people are saying out there. And trust me, it doesn't work that way. You get noticed and automatically the opportunities land on your table. And if you have actually attended one of those webinars where they've told you visibility is the key, you need to get seen, you need to be on LinkedIn, you need to, build up your profile, you need to post every day. Tell me, how many opportunities have you actually landed? This four-step promise, it looks clean. It sounds fair, right? When you do the job, you get noticed, you get the opportunity. But it's wrong. It's not partly wrong, it's structurally wrong. So we want to talk about what actually works. What is it that works? What you have been told. I want to just put that aside this morning. And let's look at what actually is going to work. Because the truth is, a lot of us are working hard. We are working so hard, but we're not getting the results that we actually deserve. And that's because we have built our career, we have built it on this premise, on this four-step promise that actually does not work. So, what has it become today? And, as this conversation progresses, you will see when that is wrong and why what I'm sharing with you today becomes the template for anyone that wants to succeed today, in today's world, in today's workplace, and in the workplace of the future. If you take what I'm sharing with you today, it's true today. In the next 10 years, it is also true, because what I'm sharing is not, is not based on the time that we are. There's some things that they would say are time agnostic. It doesn't matter when it was said, those things continue to be true. Now, the first step was shared have become 7 steps. In this session today, we're going to go through each of these steps. And then you begin to look at yourself and your career and you begin to score yourself, because at the end, you're going to score yourself on these 7 things. Where do you stand today? Okay. Now, the first step on this first 7 layers is capability. And what is capability? We're going to look at all of this in details. Capability turns to performance. because without capability, you cannot perform, right? Now, performance becomes evidence. Okay? With evidence, you build trust. With trust, you build reputation. Your reputation is what makes you discoverable. It is not your visibility. It is not how much you are out there on LinkedIn. It is where you are able to, you are being seen where you need to be seen. Then discoverability is what turns into opportunity. I want you to take note of this because we're going to unpack them shortly. Capability is what turns into performance. Performance now gives you evidence. Evidence builds trust. Trust builds reputation. Reputation builds discoverability, and discoverability brings you the opportunity. Okay, so you have spent your career perfecting your capability. You are taking more trainings every day. You are going for workshops from one conference to the other, from one webinar to the other. You are perfecting your capability. But the market that we are in today does not reward one thing, it rewards the entire system because one cannot exist without the other. So if you're not getting this system, that's the 7-layer system that I'm sharing this morning. If you're not getting it right, trust me, you will just, you just find that you have taken so many certifications. You have taken, you've gone for this and gone for that, and you've learned this and you've learned that. It's not translating. They tell us, work on your capability, improve on your skills. The moment you can do it, don't worry, the opportunities will come. That's not the game. Because it's actually a game. And this secret I'm sharing with you today, you hardly hear it anywhere. They won't give it to you that this is actually what even the people that are, sharing those things with you, this is the game they are playing. So market rewards the whole system, not just one part of the system. Because you cannot be good and so good on one. You cannot feed one part and starve the others and expect to get the reward of the system. Okay? Now, the uncomfortable truth that no one is telling you. Okay? The uncomfortable truth that no one is actually telling you. But before I go there, let's speak a bit. Let's dwell on this slide a bit. Now, capability is your skills, knowledge. You know this thing. You have the knowledge, you have the skills, you have the ability. It is that capability that can help you perform on your job. Now, performance is now interpreted or described as what you can do repeatedly over time. Your ability to consistently produce results. Some people stay at the level of performance. Okay? Yeah, they are consistently delivering the result and they expect that result will show for them. Some people, let's look at two guys worked on the same project. They worked on the same project. One believed that performance was enough. The second believed that his performance must translate into evidence. And evidence is what is the result of what you have done. You have delivered on this project. What is your evidence? Evidence does not lie. Evidence does not fade away. Your evidence is what helps you, right, tomorrow to be able to make claims. Because claims, anybody can make claims, right? You can say, oh, I did this. I was the one that this project. I was the one that did that. They're all just claims without evidence. Now, some people have mastered the art of, gathering evidence. This is tangible results from what they have done in their career. So your performance must translate to evidence. If you have not been gathering evidence of your performance before today, after today, please start having evidence. And evidence is the tangible thing that shows that you have done something. So when you're part of a project, you must own an outcome. And when that outcome, is realized, right, that becomes part of your evidence. Now, your ability to show evidence that you can perform is what builds trust. Trust, you don't buy trust. Trust is earned. And you earn trust by showing evidence. When you go for interview, your interviewers don't know everything about you. But it is only people that have been able to show evidence that they can trust, because trust is saying, I'm just going to believe and hope that you can do this thing, right? They don't have all the information, but they have to make a decision in uncertainty. If someone wants to hand you a project, someone wants to recommend you, there must be something that they trust because they have seen the evidence of your work. Now, reputation is what speaks for you when you're not there. Reputation is what you invest in that keeps giving back to you even when you are sleeping. You don't have to do, once you are able to build yourself to the level of reputation and you have a great reputation, it is your reputation that begins to give back to you. Now, when you have a great reputation, people know you for this. They trust you. Now you become discoverable. Remember that I have not mentioned anything about visibility. I haven't mentioned anything about, oh, you have to show up, you have to go out there, you have to, no. This is a framework that you can build your career on. And trust me, it's going to give you results. So when you have reputation, you become discoverable. How do you become discoverable? You're not discoverable when you're the one always speaking for yourself. You haven't become discoverable if you are the one that is speaking for yourself all the time. You must have people that are able, that are willing to put their reputation on the line for you. Why? Because you have built trust through your evidence by the performance that you have been able to consistently deliver through your capability. So you have built capability. Now that capability must translate to performance. Performance translates into evidence. See, if you are doing things, you're working on things, and you're not showing anything, the market does not reward effort. Nobody rewards effort. You can't say, oh, but I'm trying. Trying doesn't get you anything. It doesn't get you anywhere. So you stay at it until you have evidence. Now, when you become discoverable, trust me, opportunities will begin to fall on your laps. Opportunities will come left, right, and center. You will just hear, oh, somebody just called you from somewhere and say, hey, you were recommended for this, and I really, really will want you on this project. Oh, you were recommended for this. Oh, I've heard that you did this. Oh, I've heard this about you. Okay, so so you see, what we are all looking for at the end of the day is opportunity. But if you don't get all of these other steps right, you will only be chasing opportunities. The great people don't chase opportunities. Opportunities find them. So you don't struggle, because if you have not done the work of building these 6 steps, you will find yourself struggling, chasing opportunities, spending your time chasing opportunities when you are just supposed to be in a place or in a position that opportunities begin to find you. Please let me see our reaction that we are still together. Are we still together? Reactions, reactions, reactions. Is this making sense to us? Are we getting value? Are we getting value? Okay. So I have unpacked what capability is. Capability is your skills, training, which gets you into the room, by the way. It does not decide what happens next. Capability does not decide what happens next, right? Now, And performance, as I've explained it, is not potential. It's not that I can do it. It is that you have done it consistently over time. So the question is, can you consistently turn your capability into value? That's the question that you are going to answer today. That's when you're performing, when you're in that second level, it's not that I can do it, it's not that I hope I can do it. It is that you have done it or you're doing it. Okay? Can you consistently turn your capability into value? The next is evidence. This is where a lot of people miss it because they don't leave proof. They don't leave proof of their performance. They don't have proof of their work. They don't have proof of their contribution. And evidence is the proof your work leaves behind. Work only creates value when it leaves evidence behind. And trust is a combination of forces: your competence, your consistency, your character, and your credibility. And these are built long before any opportunity. We are not building competency, you are not building character, you are not building credibility when the opportunity is shown. You are not, because you must have built them long before the opportunities come. Now, reputation, remember I said, when you have the reputation, you stop introducing yourself. It's your work that introduces you. People know that I know this person. It's what you can do that then becomes the introduction. You are not introducing yourself. It's your work that is then introducing you. Discoverability is now, it's not a function of I want to, I'm posting 10 times a day. No, it is, the definition is being easy to find the moment someone needs exactly what you do. If they don't know what you do, if you have not shown evidence, if you are not, if you don't have the reputation, nobody can find you. They are looking for a great salesperson. Can they find you the moment they need what you do? Somebody wants to buy the product you're selling. Are you easy to find the moment they need what you do? Now, opportunity is an output, is not a strategy. Opportunity is an output, it is not a strategy. All right, so we move in this session. Okay. For a long time, that system that I described, that 4-layer system, it was good, it was stable, it was, get good, stay good, climb the ladder. That was when you're climbing the career ladder. So they will tell you, just be good, be a good person in your organization, just do your work, keep your head, keep your head low, just do your work, make sure you stay good. Don't worry, the opportunities will come. So in trickles, it just comes like that. That stability has just broken. Okay? What is breaking it? Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has broken that stability for a lot, and they still don't know it. And it did not just collapse that system, it has inverted the value in it. So even the 7-step system that I just explained to you, okay? There are 3 layers in that system that AI is inverting. The value in those 3 systems or 3 steps is reducing because now we have AI. Now, I'm not here to talk about AI, but I'm here to show you where the true value lies in this generation and in this time. So nobody is, right now, it is not how much you know, it's not how fast you can do it, because AI can do it faster than you. In fact, your results now, okay, so it's not how much you know and how fast you can do it, because now AI knows more than you do. AI can do it faster than you do. So where lies the value? Okay, so let's look at it. What AI is cheap at and what AI cannot touch. People have, there's been a lot of conversation around, is AI taking my job? Is AI coming to replace us? Oh, I'm worried. What's going to happen? Blah, 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 blah. A lot of people, some are really crashing out and saying, hey, what am I going to do? What is really happening is there are some things that you can get cheaply now. There was a time that there are certain things that, consulting firms, they are the only one that had that body of knowledge. There are some things that, there are experts that knew how to do it. Now, AI has been loaded with that knowledge. So there are certain things that you even don't need. If you want to maybe analyze a report now, you don't necessarily need a data scientist on your team. Just feed that data into whatever tool that you're using. It will give you some, idea of what that data is speaking to. It's not it might not always be accurate, because also, AI is enhancing our intelligence. It's not replacing it. So you must also have a level of intelligence to be able to harness the value in AI. But you can get solutions faster. What somebody will spend 6 hours, 2 days, 5 days trying to figure out or trying to do. Now, if you want to design your slides, instead of trying to figure out, and then you're going box by box, text by text. Now, if you have very fantastic AI tools, you just feed in your content, and it will give you a well designed in maximum 2 minutes. So there are things that are becoming constantly cheap. So if you stay in the realm of knowledge, standard skills, execution, just being good at the task, no, you are losing out, because now that has become very, very cheap, because you now have tools that can do those things. But you see, the things that AI cannot touch, where AI cannot, right? It is your judgment, accountability, trust, your reputation. AI cannot do those things. It will always tell you, be careful, AI can be wrong. So it is telling you that don't trade your judgment, right? You still need to build trust by yourself with people. AI won't do that for you. So if you are thinking that it is just enough for me to be good at my job, unfortunately, something is existing now that can do that job better than you. So where is the edge? Where are you actually going to play, right? That keeps you competitive in the age where AI is slowly replacing certain things that we used to pride ourselves in. The thing you were told to perfect now is the thing with the shortest life. Capability is now rented. AI can do some of those things. Just said, trust is the only thing you still own outright. AI can't build trust. Okay? Now, marketplace is repricing competence. Remember where we're coming from. Hard work is no longer enough. That you know it, that you can do it, is no longer enough. So what is needed in the age of today? Okay? And there's a new price for all these things. So someone that comes and says, in fact, when you're trying to get a job now, and all you can present is, I know how to do this thing, I have gone for PhD, I've done my MBA, I have the knowledge. Every company now is looking at digitalization, and they're asking, what is it that you can do that AI cannot do for us? So what can you do that AI cannot do? These days, knowledge is abundant, execution is increasingly like what used to take time now, the time is shortened, so you can churn out things faster. So the premium for career professionals is actually moving. It's moving under us, and a lot of us we are so oblivious. We are not even paying attention to what is happening around us. The premium is moving. Nobody is paying again for how much you know, but now they are going to pay for what you can do with what you know. Your judgment, you can't buy that. Your ability to tell between the right and the wrong, your ability to make decisions on certain conditions, your ability, okay, your ability to build trust. Organizations are winning today because customers trust them. So, if you're not able to build trust, you don't have the reputation. Now, see, before someone is hired, people will check and say, is this person really the person they say they are? Can somebody speak on? We're not even, it gets to a point after you've gone through several layers, they will say, okay, we've heard you. We've heard that you say you can do what you can do. Let's go and check. Are you actually who you say you are? And if what we are hearing out there about you does not match what you're saying, that means your reputation is weak. So, of the of those levels that I have talked about, capability, performance is fading. And where the light is shining on is trust, reputation, which is what brings the opportunity. So it's no longer hard work, it's no longer how much you can do, it is a function of what can you do with what you know. What can you do that the tools we have existing today cannot do? And that's where the conversation today is leading us to. What should we be thinking about today? And I'm calling this, what is your career operating system? You know, the way a laptop, a system, a computer has an operating system, it can't function without operating system. What is your career operating system? I'm introducing us to that so that after this session, you begin to ask yourself, is my career operating system updated? You know that there's constant updating. The operating system that a computer had 5 years ago is not the same it has today. There's constant updates. So is your career operating system actually updated? You are living with, this framework that will guide you. Because if you don't work within the system, if you don't even recognize the system that you're operating in, there's a tendency, okay, to be working hard at the wrong thing, to be established, I think at some point you should be able to tell yourself, I think I know enough about this thing. Okay, so what have I done with what I know? So let's look at this 7 layer. The layer 1 is capability. We've talked about capability. That's knowledge, skills, training. It gets you in the room, doesn't decide. And right now, see, we are comparing it with what AI can do, right? Now, AI is eroding that the fastest. Knowledge is everywhere. It's become the cheapest commodity. Before, yeah, Google will give you some things that people have put there. Now, any AI tool that you use can draw so much information that what will take you days to research before, you will be able to find it in a matter of seconds. So your competition level is no longer on capability, on your knowledge or skills and training. The second is on performance. We have said that performance is not potential, it's what you can deliver, or you can constantly turn into value. So remember, potential is not rewarded, performance is. But right now, what is that compared to AI? Is exposed because AI's execution level now is increasing. So it is not now a function of, oh, I know how to um design reports. Let me just put it that way. If you put the right prompt and the right, AI will give you some level of report. But what sets you apart is that you can take that report and turn it into insights and turn it into something useful. Because AI is garbage in, garbage out, right? What you give it is what it gives you back. So the life of that is medium, is exposed. Evidence. This is where most career store the proof that your work leaves behind. Work only creates career value when it leaves evidence behind. Please always remember that. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're taking, and I hope you're finding value. Please let me see your reaction. It's important also that I check, are you getting value from this session? So far, we have talked about a number of things. We have moved from the old model, what we used to know, what we used to know as what is important. They've told us work hard, work hard, work hard. But is that enough anymore? Is it enough that you're just working so hard and just, go to school? They will tell you, go and take this training. Is that certification that is raining now? Oh, I'm going back to school to do masters. I'm going back. If I've not attended a UK university, I've not attended this. No, 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 I can't do well in my career. Is that still enough? So the layer 3 is evidence, where most careers quietly stall. A lot of people are not consciously, intentionally gathering evidence of their work. I say to my people, I say, I don't want it to be that in 5 years' time, picture yourself 5 years from now. What would you say is your evidence, right? What would you say is the result of that 5 years of your life? I like to look at things that way. If I'm looking at this year, by December, I'm picturing the conversations I want to have in December. What evidence do I want to have? So, what is the proof of your life? What is the proof of your work? Are you actually gathering those evidences? Are you gathering those evidences? Are you gathering them? Are you actually working with evidence in mind? Not that you're just walking. Do you have proof of what you've done? Okay? Now, trust. Trust is competence plus consistency plus character and credibility. Let's sit with that for a moment. Trust is not that you can do the work alone. Trust is that you can do the work consistently, is that you can deliver the results consistently. Do you have the right character? Now you ask and say, what has character got to do with what we're talking about? Okay? Do you have the character that is required? Do you have it? Think about this for a moment. Okay? So, the question that you would ask yourself also when we are speaking about trust, excuse me for a moment, what's happening here? Okay. All right. So, professional trust. The question you ask yourself, why do people get promoted? Why do clients buy from you? Why do investors, you know, why would they give you something to do? Hmm? Your competence is asking you the question, can you do it? Consistency is asking you the question, will you continue doing it? So it is not that you did it today, right? And tomorrow. So it is a function of, can you continue doing it? And character is asking the question, can I rely on your judgment? So if someone says, I trust you, they are telling you that I have looked at you or I have weighed you in these 4 areas and I see that I can actually trust you. They say to you, what they are saying to you is, I can rely on your judgment. And credibility is, can others verify your value? So this is not about confidence, it's about credibility. What's your credibility out there? Who can verify your value? Okay? Trust is not when you need and when you meet the opportunity that you start saying, oh, trust me. Of course, I can deliver this. Just trust me with this project. Don't worry. I said I can deliver. No, because some things are high stakes for people. And so they're not just going to hand it over to you if you have not shown evidence. There are certain job roles that if you want to apply for today, you must show evidence. You must show that you have delivered similar results, because nobody wants to gamble with their investments. They don't want to say, take a chance on me. Oh, it's not fair. You can't even take a chance of me. I mentioned earlier that it's not a game of fairness. Okay? Now, the layer 5 that we are talking about this morning, which is reputation. And reputation is the trust that travels without you. Please repeat that to yourself where you are. Your reputation is the trust that travels without you. It's true. Okay? At that point, you are no longer introducing yourself. It's your work that is introducing you. See how we have gone from layer 1, and every layer adds up to the other. You can't jump it. It's a process. It's a system. A system can only function when every part of it is functioning well. Discoverability is where it's different. It's different from being seen. Discoverability is somebody can find you when they need exactly what you do. And how does that happen? Can you be in every room at the same time? No. It is that somebody can be in that room and the person can speak for you when you're not there. It is that somebody knows what value you carry and the person can say, I know this person can deliver this. Call this person. It is when somebody needs exactly what you have and they can find you. That's what discoverability is. It is not the myth that we have been fed is be seen everywhere. No. This discoverability is not noise. Discoverability is not noise. It's being in the right room at the right time. It's being in the right place at the right time. And you must know what the right place is for you. Now we move to our final layer, which is opportunity. Okay? Opportunity is an output, is what comes, is a result of everything you have done from layer 1 to 6. If you get it right, opportunities will find you. Remember, the title of this conversation today is Hard Work is No Longer Enough. Working hard is no longer enough. If you're not getting it right in the 6 layers, you will not find the opportunities. Opportunity is an output. It is not a strategy. A lot of people that you will see around you, they are chasing opportunities. But I believe that after you leave this session today, you will become the person that creates a system that will naturally produce opportunities. You must become that person that has created a system in your life, right? That is going to now bring those opportunities to you. Systems, you cannot, jump over that. Systems are very critical, is what makes it sustainable. I could come here today to, start telling you the things that you want to hear, but I know that for a lot of us, this is different. This is not the usual. I'm not here to tell you, you need to show up every day. You need to be out there. People need to see you. People need to know you. No, 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 no. That's not what this is about. What this is about is you must build a system. You must build a system that makes you indispensable. Now, here, the half-life you can see versus what AI. AI cannot replace. AI cannot, when you build yourself to that level, reputation, trust, discoverability, and all that, AI has nothing on you. Because you built a system that would stand the test of time. So I want you to leave today with that in mind, that you are not just going to focus on capability. While it's great to have the capability, because of course you must have the skills that can help you perform. While you're performing, know that you don't stop there. Performance is not the peak for you. Today, we are not living as people that are focused on just delivering results. We must take it a step higher. We must, elevate. We must move to the next thing. From performance, begin to have your evidence. You can see how this is built. The first two layers, where most of us exist, where most of us are playing, AI is eating into that. AI is reducing the value in that. If all you have to offer, right, in the market of today is just your capability and your performance, gradually AI is eating the value. That means nobody will place a premium on someone that all they have is just their skills and their ability to deliver. I hope this is landing. I hope we're getting value. I would like to see, just put in the chat box. Let's make this a bit lively. What are you getting from this session today? What's this saying to you? Please drop it in the chat box. I don't want us again. My own approach to learning is you must learn and at the same time be able to reproduce what you're learning. You must be able to, share what you're learning. That's the way you internalize everything that you're hearing today. So I want to see, we'll just put it in the chat box. What are you getting from today's session? What is this saying to you? What's changing in your thoughts, in how you see, how you think about your work and your career from today? Let's engage, because that also tells me that you're here. You have not just logged on and you're busy doing something else, because this is not a session that you leave your phone, or you are gisting with someone and your phone is connected and you're not actually here. You need to be here. In fact, this kind of session, we're actually supposed to have you physical. Let's look at each other. Let's talk, because this is the real meat. This is the real thing. Okay? So we move quickly because there's some other things that we ought to do today. So we have seen that there is a system. The market rewards the system. The market rewards the system. You cannot stay only at capability level, learning and learning and learning, without being able to show, without being developing the ability to deliver. When they ask you, if you're interviewing maybe a salesperson today, and they would ask you, what kind of results have you delivered? What kind of products have you sold? What have you done? That's what they're asking. Okay, so let's move on quickly, so I don't lose you guys. All right, so you see, there are two professionals. I've said one did the work but left no trace. Head down, assume that the work will speak for them. What do you think is going to be the outcome? Let's see. Let's see your response in the chat box. What's the outcome for this? Do you think opportunities will find them? Do you think, what for professional B? They turned every project into evidence. Their wins were legible. Their wins were visible. They became the name that came up in the room. It's not fair. Don't say, oh, it has to be fair. They have to, when they have to speak for me, at least they can see that I'm doing the job. I'm staying up late every night. I'm the first to get to the office. Okay? It's not about that. Okay? Now, the difference was never talent, it was architecture. It is not that you're not talented enough. It is, what system are you playing in? What are the tools at your disposal? Architecture is a choice. Careers don't happen, they are designed. You must live today with the mindset that you're going to design your career. You don't leave your career to chance. You don't leave your career to happenstance. Things don't just happen. You must design the career that you want by investing in these 7 layers. Become conscious of the 7 layers. Begin to build yourself in those 7 areas, and then you will see how the opportunities will begin to trickle. Just it's going to flow. Every day, every project, every conversation either strengthens or weakens your career operating system. Let's move. Am I, are we still here? Let me see. Are we here? Are we here? How many people are still here? Let's see your emoji. Let's see your response. How many people are actually here? You're here and you're getting value. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So I want you to do an exercise quickly. You have heard me describe these 5 things. I have described these 5 things, and I want you to score yourself 1 to 10. Be very, very honest. And if you're bold enough, you can share your results in the chat box. Score yourself in these 5 areas. How strong are your skills? Do you have evidence of your work, or does your work just vanish after the project is done? Everybody forgets what you have done because there was no evidence of your work. Trust. Do the right people rely on you before you ask? Please score yourself 1 to 10. It's important that we do this exercise, okay? That way it shows that you're actually taking in what I've shared. Trust. Do the right people rely on you before you ask? Reputation. Does your name travel into rooms you are not in? Are people actually speaking up for you? Do you even know that they are speaking up for you? Discoverability. If the opportunity searched tomorrow, will that opportunity find you? Score yourself 1 to 10. I will give us 2 minutes to do that. If the opportunity searched tomorrow, will it find you? Score yourself. Are we doing that? I would like to hear 1 or 2 people speak. Are you doing that? Just respond. Yes, you are. Are you doing this exercise? Score yourself. Score yourself. At the end of the day, everything, what you're able to get from life, from your career, it starts and ends with you. It's how seriously you take yourself, how seriously you take your career, how seriously you take, this conversation today. Are you with me? Are we doing this exercise? 1 more minute. Score yourself 1 to 10 and see how you're performing in these areas. Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? Okay, so moving on from that, I hope you've scored yourself. And you see, the question I want you to ask, which of these layers did you feed this week? This week that just ended, which layer did you actually feed? Is it your capability? Is it performance? Is it trust? Is it evidence? Is it reputation, discoverability? Which did you feed? Okay. If you are an investor, would you invest in your career? This career, this one you have defined, especially with the areas, the way you have scored yourself, with that scoring, will you invest in yourself? If you are an investor, investors are looking for return on investment, right? They want the best result, the best return. If you're an investor looking for a career to invest in right now, will you invest in yourself? Let's ask ourselves. Now, there are 3 laws that I'm going to introduce us to. We're getting to the end of this session. Thank you to everyone that's been here since the beginning. Thank you to everyone that's still here. So law 1 says capability gets you hired. It is trust that gets you chosen. See the difference? Capability gets you hired for the job. Trust gets you chosen for the opportunities. And in this market that we are today, the gap between these two is where your future lies. The gap between your capability and the level of trust that people have in you. The capability that you have built and the trust you have earned. The gap between both is where your future, the future of your career, that's where it lives. If the gap is too wide, you know already that your work is cut out for you. Okay? If you're only working to get hired, but not working to get chosen, being chosen is there are several opportunities. When you're hired, don't say, oh, what I was hired based on, I could do this thing. No, 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 no. That only gets you in the room. That only gets you in the room. Law 2 is your claims will depreciate. Oh, I can do this. I can do that. I have done this before. I have done that. It's your evidence that keeps showing up every day, even long after the work is done. Your evidence compounds. You know what the law of compounding interest is? It keeps giving you returns again and again. Your claims will depreciate. It's going to lose its value. It's going to lose it. But the moment you're able to gather evidence, it's your evidence that compounds. Build the layer that keeps working long after the work is done. Begin to build your evidence. Law 3, the career you will live next year is being designed right now. In this session, after this session, what you do after this session, the career that you will have next year, that you will live next year, the life you will live next year is being designed right now. It is being designed right now by the system that you're building or the one you neglect. If you see all of these things that Temi is talking about, it's just your own, see, please, it's too technical. You're just speaking English. This is not the reality. All of these things don't work in reality. Please, 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 I don't have time for this. Oh, well. The system you build today or the one you neglect would feed into the life that you will live after today. So it's a question of, do you want to be intentional or do you want to just take everything as it comes? Do you want to just take what life throws at you or do you actually want to design the life that you actually deserve? Okay. Careers are not earned by effort alone anymore. They are designed. It's not how hard you work. It's not how well you work. It's not how, no. You don't earn by effort. I'm showing up every day. Oh, I'm working so hard. Oh, I wake up, I stay up late. It's not by that anymore. You design your career by the investment that you put into the system that you're building for yourself. Don't spend your career chasing opportunities. Build a system that makes those opportunities come to you. Please, if there's anything you're living with today, your career, if you're still, in your early day, in your early career, if you have, it doesn't matter how far gone you are, don't spend your career, don't spend your life chasing opportunities. The next job, the next is you're chasing people up and down. If this man can just see me, this man can just know that I exist, this man can just know. No, please focus and invest on building a system that makes those opportunities come to you, because trust me, they do. Opportunities find people. The ones that are chasing them, at the end of the day, you will find that they are spending more time chasing opportunities than spending time building themselves to be ready for that opportunity. So what we're saying this morning is build yourself, build the capability, build the trust, build the reputation that can sustain the opportunity that comes to you. Don't start, if you're just chasing and chasing and chasing, it becomes unsustainable for you. So you must build a system that actually makes these opportunities come to you. Opportunities must find you. Okay? We're getting to the end of this. And, everything we have discussed today, right, is to shift. It's a mindset shift for you. I'm sure when most of you were coming to this session, you're probably expecting to hear again that, oh, it's visibility, it is this, it is that, it is your personal branding, it is executive presence that does the job, it is how well you show up, it is where, all of that. They're good, they're nice to have, they're good, but it doesn't build a sustainable path for you. So what I've come to share with you this morning, and as I close on this, and maybe if there are questions, would like to also get some feedback is that you can build a system. You can build a system that brings the opportunity to you, not you chasing the opportunities. You can build a system that actually brings opportunity your way and not you chasing opportunities. And that's where the value is. The value lies where you actually are not focused just on, just doing one thing. You must see everything as, it's a system. And that's what makes it sustainable. That, when you build a system, you can replicate it. And that system is not a system that only works because you're in Nigeria. It's a system that will make you succeed and excel anywhere you find yourself in the world. This kind of system also is what we work in 2026, we work in 2030. So I have come to the end of today's session. Before I go into the next thing, I would just like to see, maybe one or two people share what they've been able to take away from today's session before I talk to you about what we do at Valoria and why this session was important that we have, and then what I would like you to do immediately after this session. Anyone that would like to just share briefly, it would be great to hear somebody else's voice and not just my voice for the last 1 hour plus. Anyone that would like to share? Anyone? Anyone would like to share what they've been able to take away from today? If I want to be unbiased, I will give myself a scorecard of 8.5 over 10. In my line of work, all stated principles are extremely crucial if I want to get and retain clients. Thank you for that feedback. The fit preacher, amazing, amazing. So I see that's the value for you. Awesome. And Oluwani Fesimi has shared earlier that provide value and be indispensable. It's beyond gathering knowledge and working hard. What do you offer that AI can't do? Let your work come with evidence, be consistent, that people can trust your work and refer you to others. Let your work and reputation speak for you. Amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. Anyone else that would like to just share one thing that they've been able to take away from this session? It's been an interesting one, being here, speaking to every one of us. I do not take this time for granted and your time. What an impactful seminar. Being valuable is the point. All right, so I would like that we close in, say, about 30 minutes. Before we close, okay, so what exactly is Valoria Institute about? And I'm happy today. It's been something that we've been working on. A lot of work has gone into what we are building today. And what I want to, say as well is we are building the system, because I know, when the dream started, it was, people need to develop their capability needs to be developed. So we're training people, but we saw that it wasn't sustainable. I had to do a lot of reflection. This is not sustainable. One training after the other from place to place. There was no way to actually measure results and outputs. And so I said, it's time to build a platform. And beyond career professionals, right, there was also something that I saw. There are a lot of really great people, fantastic people that are not being seen in the right places. If we say we're all on LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn is now a battle against the algorithm. It is now who can sound the smartest, who can sound, whether you're smart or not, just be able to, just post something that sounds really all that, and then you get seen. And that's taking away from your originality and the and the real value that people bring. And there are some people that I've seen also that are really good at what they do, but unfortunately, nobody is really even paying attention to them. So, Valoria Institute is a platform where we are surfacing talents, right? Um, and because in my line of work as well, I organize conferences, I organize speaking events. And one of the challenges that I have seen is, to get the really good speakers in the industry, whatever industry you want, you must know someone that knows someone. And it's become very unsustainable, right? You must know somebody. So that means really great talents also get buried because you probably don't know someone that knows someone that knows me, that'll be able to tell me, oh, recommend this person, recommend. And then, recommendation is also very subjective. If I don't like you, I don't recommend you. Maybe we had a fallout and I just feel, oh, I don't like this person anymore. And opportunities come, I'll just say, no, I'm not going to recommend this person. Let me recommend this one. This one are my person. So it becomes like a vicious cycle. The same people get recycled over time. Now, this platform is built for career professionals. If you're a facilitator, if you're a speaker, we are building a platform where you can get seen, where you can get surface, where you can get, you can showcase your value. And we are doing that in three ways, right? We assess you. Now, this is not one of those platforms that you just list yourself and then you just, no, you have to show first what you can do and how well you have been able to do it. So we are looking for evidence. We are not just saying, come and tell us that you know. No, you're not just saying, oh, tell us I have done it, I've done it. No, show us evidence. So we have the value index that is going to assess anyone that comes on this platform over 17 skills. Okay, we have 55 questions in all. At the end of that, at the end, when you take that assessment, you will get a score, which is your value index. That score is valid for 1 year. We expect that in that 1 year, the gaps that has been seen in your this assessment, we have training programs, we have master classes that will be intentionally tailored towards closing those gaps for you. So we are very intentional with what we are doing. Before you get on our platform, you must take this assessment, which is what I will ask that everybody after this call, you take that assessment, get listed on our platform. Immediately, you're going to get a report that shows you your gap areas. It's going to show you what you're doing well and what you're not doing well, where you're great and where you're not great. I will ask also that when you're taking the assessment, pay attention. One, when you take the assessment, you cannot take it again in the next 1 year. If your score is below 35, you cannot get listed. But then we're going to give you a development plan that would then tell you what you need to do to close the gaps, and then your score can become better. So this 17 skills is what our framework, our proprietary framework, which is called PRIME, is built on. Now, PRIME is an acronym. It's called, the PRIME is, the P is called presence, the R is relationships, the I is intelligence, excuse me for one moment. Excuse me. Sorry, just a little glitch here. Sorry about that. So, yes, so what I was saying, I was trying to explain what prime is. Where's my slide? She's already really just at the end. I just need to share this so that we can know what to do next. Okay, there we go. Yes. So, so all of the 17 skills are built on this framework that we've developed. And we also have programs in those areas. So while we tell you what your gaps are, we're also going to develop you in those areas. And then the platform itself is to connect you to opportunities. So when you get listed on our platform, you can either get listed. Okay, Adebim, I'm just seeing your questions. Just give me a minute. When I'm done with this, I would come to your question. Okay, so then you get a profile on our platform once you've completed the assessment. It's very important. It's also good for you. You know the areas you're struggling in, and you know what kind of targeted intervention you need so that you can become that person, right? That employers want to see. The assessment is also an evidence for you. When employers come on our platform, they can see what you can do, right? Based on what you have done. So the questions are based on their situational. So it's not something you can game. Okay, then you can connect with employers. If you're a speaker, if you're a facilitator, you've been looking for opportunities. You just find that, maybe it's just someone, just, small conferences here and there. Nobody really is seeing you and your value. You get listed on our platform. We're going to be we're in partnership with event organizers, conference organizers, employers. They can always come on our platform and find you. So you become easily seen. So we are bringing the opportunity to you. But you see that the opportunity does not come to you if you don't have evidence, reputation, trust, and all of that. So it's important we are trying to also just make it easy for fantastic talents that we have seen that can actually do the job. So what I ask of you after now, please go to our website, Valoria Institute. And take the assessment. It's free. You're not paying for it. Take the assessment, see your results, complete your profile, and get listed. Okay. And then you then begin to see your reports, the areas that you're not very strong at. You're going to get an email from us and we'll give you a breakdown of everything. These are the things you're doing well. These are the things you need to, fix. And we're also going to recommend trainings from what we do already. So that's what Valoria Institute is about. It's a huge platform. It's a global platform. Please share with your colleagues, share with your friends, share in your groups. Let's get, people listed. Let's get people the opportunities that they deserve. Let's get people seen. This is on this platform, you're not fighting against algorithm. You're going to get seen based on your skills, based on your experience, based on the evidence that you have, based on what you can do. Okay, so that's what Valoria is about. And please, I would ask, that's what you can do for us right now. So go on this on our website and take the assessment. It's going to take you about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It's not something that you rush through. It's timed because we also want to make sure that you're committed to it. And you can only take it once. So if you take it now, make sure you're taking it and you're honest. Please don't game the answers and don't start picking things that are not true to you. Be honest about it. You be honest with yourself, and then you can get what you need to do, recommendations on what you need to do that will help you get ahead in your career. Okay, so Adebi, to your question, if you don't mind, I would like to ask for your advice on something. If one of the reasons I chose to join this, to attend this webinar was to opportunity to learn from your experience and hopefully get your perspective on a question that's been on your mind. Adebi, your question is not complete. Do you want to speak to me personally or do you want to ask on this call? You can unmute and speak.
Hi, thank you so much, Tammy. Good to meet you here. Hi, everyone. My name is
I'm here.
Adibigbe.
Hi.
Am I free to speak, or I should just text in the chat box?
Yes, you can speak.
Thank you so much. So I actually work as a consultant and an advisory manager for a global company. I don't want to mention name. A lot of people knows the institute here. I work as an advisory manager, right? And when I saw your post on Instagram, I think this is actually the first time I'm coming across your page, but you're doing so well. Well done, ma'am.
Okay.
So I think the topic of this entire webinar caught my attention because I've like for the past 3 months now, I've been going through some things on my job, and I feel like, is my performance not enough despite the fact that I'm doing so well on the job? I'm putting in all my effort. People can actually see that Adebimpe is a radical salesperson, aside from the fact that she's an advisory manager. She, touches people's heart. Aside from getting people to take our certifications, register to get one of our courses, people connect with me personally. They love me so much. A lot of clients give me money. My salary is not even close to what client actually does for me most times. And I know that I'm putting my best on the job. So bringing it back to what my issue is, I'm talking about my colleagues, the owner of the business itself. From the outside, a lot of people love me, but in the office, Tammy, I'm like,
Mm,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm not doing right. I
mm,
feel like a lot of people see me as a threat, or am I the one feeling like I'm a threat to people?
mm,
Talking about performance, I'm putting my all, but bringing it back to relationships, credibility, visibility, I don't know where I am. And
mm,
when they're talking about appraisals in some private organizations, it's always in like closed doors. Those conversations are held when you're not even there.
mm,
So my concern is when you guys are having this conversation, because I was promoted, I think about 2 months ago, I got a mail. They didn't call me to the office. I got a promotion letter, and a month later, they revoked it
mm,
without no, this is the reason why, or calling me to tell me. But I just noticed that a lot of people do not like me in the office. Ma,
mm,
I, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people do not like me in the office. I feel like, hey, when Adebola or Bimpe comes in like this, the mood
mm,
just change, the atmospheres change. And
mm,
I don't know. I'm very, very lovely. I'm very lively. In fact, I can tell you I'm the life of the party. But I still
mm,
don't know I'm not doing right. And I think the problem started coming from when I'm talking about airing my opinions about things. I'm always very straightforward. I don't kiss asses. I don't like politics. Office politics is killing me. I don't know how to catch up. I don't like it. And these people don't, I can't pretend. It's not just me. At the end of the
mm.
day, they said this is what they are doing to get it done in the corporate world. Please help me. I'm about to resign. Oh, I'm serious. So thank
Okay,
you.
so,
I feel
so
like I
the
should stop here.
conversation, yes, so the conversation, I think is something that we'll have to have outside of here, because there are certain questions that I would ask you
Okay.
to even understand. I can already sense, what's happening. Yeah, it's not every organization where they would like, and it also depends on the culture of the organization. So some organization rewards, like, if you remember, if you started with us, we described to people someone is doing the job, they're hardworking, but they're not getting ahead. But someone that is half as good as they are, but has checked all the boxes, has built a system around themselves, they are getting ahead. It's unfair, but it is what it is, right? Now, what the question for us is, how do we help the person that is actually doing the job, you know, get the same kind of results and opportunities like the person that doesn't know half as much as they are? And usually it is what we have discussed this morning. What are they really focused on? And I see that you're probably the person that has you have established yourself in the first two layers that we discussed this morning. right? I see that you have the capability. You said, I do my job well. I'm getting the result. I'm getting, and your performance, your ability to deliver is also showing. Okay. Now, ability to deliver and capability will not actually get you where you need to be if that's where you have, if that's where you're staying. So what we need to now begin to discuss is, you said, oh, I don't kiss ass, I don't do this, I don't do that. Oh, nobody's saying you should do that. But if you exist in a system, you need to understand that system, and you need to understand how you function in that system. Because when you leave the organization and you go somewhere else, there's a system there as well. So you must understand the system and then be able to function in that system in a way that works for you. Okay, so there are still other questions that I would like to ask. What I would say is I can already see that you are on those two layers. So we need to then break, you need to break the ceiling and then ascend to building credibility beyond the workplace, building relationship, building trust. Okay, and these things don't come easy. It's something that happens over time, right? And yeah, nobody's saying you should kiss ass, but there's a way you say, when you understand the system that you function in, there's a way you say the truth. You're not saying, you don't sugarcoat the truth, but there's a way you deliver the truth that is accepted in a way that people don't become resistant to your truth. You deliver, there's an art to it. There's an art to speaking your truth, but in a way that you will make people feel like it is their truth. There's an art to it. Okay. And there's also a way to, yes, I'm good, I'm all that, I'm all that, and I'm all that. You look at the people that you've surrounded with. If you are better than them, maybe it's time for you to leave, because sometimes you are existing in a place that is not feeding us. It's taken from us. You need to assess. So it's an assessment. You need to look around. And maybe when you take the Valoria assessment, you should take it maybe before we speak, because it's also going to tell you, it will score you how you're doing on relationship. It will score you on you're doing on people intelligence. So when you take that assessment, it's going to give you a report on your gap areas. Then we can then speak, because trust me, we have all been taught to believe that, oh, but I'm doing my job, I'm doing everything, I'm doing everything, I'm doing everything, but I'm not getting ahead. So you get a promotion email and you're saying, oh, I got a promotion email, there was no conversation. No, trust me, there was a conversation behind where you were not there. And then when that promotion email was revoked, another conversation happened. There was a conversation after the conversation, but you were not deliberate enough, right, with being the being the one telling the story. You were not in charge of the narrative, because you're probably the kind of person that believes, yes, I've done the work, the promotion should naturally follow. And so when the promotion follows, yes, I just move in and then keep doing my job. No, the workplace of today has moved beyond that. So if you're fine with taking the assessment, let's discuss after you say, let's discuss your result. Then I'll ask you some other questions. We can uncover what is really happening. Everything you're seeing is a symptom of an issue. There's a root cause. It might not even have anything to do with your personality. It might have nothing to do with you, because right now you're feeling, oh, it's about me. They don't like me. No, 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 no. Don't personalize it. The fastest way for you to get depressed, for you to get sad, for you to even start toning down and start, you then begin to shrink yourself, is when you make it about yourself. It's not about you. Their action, their reaction, the organization's behavior, everything is not necessarily about you. It's not, you don't make it personal. There's nothing necessarily wrong with you. There might be something that we need to improve on your approach, right? So the way you do the things you do, but it doesn't mean it doesn't mean it's about you. So take that, right now, Don't personalize it. Don't, it's a trap. When you personalize and say it's me, oh, I'm going to leave, they don't like me. No, 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 no. Take that off right now. The second thing is, okay, it is not enough that you're so good at your job and you're getting the results. There are 5 other layers that you are missing, and you must find out what you need to do in those 5 areas today, right? That completes the system. We said earlier, the system, the market does not reward capability and performance alone. It rewards the system. So you must be very, very intentional about building that system. I hope I've helped at least a bit before you take the assessment, and then we can speak further. Temitayo, I hope that helped.
Thank you
Oh,
so
sorry,
much.
I didn't pay. I mean,
Yes,
pardon.
thank you so much. I think we'll speak later also.
Yes. All right, amazing. So, before we go off this call, we are done really. Um, how would you advise those just starting out and haven't chosen a career path? You've not chosen a career path. So a career is not a one way, right? It's not, this is what I must do, and then that's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. You're starting out, you're at your experimenting stage. At this stage, you're experimenting. So that will say, get your hands dirty, do things, begin to volunteer. Volunteer your, what you have going for you right now is your capability. Okay, but you cannot wait for the opportunity to use those capability. You have skills, you have learned, you have gone to school, you have learned certain things. You should be able to, you should begin to find ways to use that skill. And you can't sit around and wait and say, hopefully somebody will come in for a job. Begin to pitch yourself. We've just had a conversation now. We are starting this is the startup. We've just started. If I were you, I begin to look, okay, what can I actually do for Valoria Institute with what I know? And then you pitch yourself and say, hi, Tammy, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. This is what I think I can do for you. This is what I think I can bring to you right now. Okay, you most likely be in conversations like this a lot. You probably attend a lot of conferences, webinars, and all that. How are you translating those into an opportunity for you to be able to use your skill? Because that's what you have going for you right now. It's just your capability. But capability without performance is just ambition. You just have a bunch of things that you can do, but you're not able to show that you can deliver. I hope that helps. Oluwani Fesimi. Right now, turn your capability into performance. Look for opportunities. Meet people. You attend these webinars. When you attend another one again, be on the lookout. Be on the lookout and start. You're the one that will pitch yourself. You have to put yourself out there and say, I can do this. I'm not the one, if I was an employer, I'm not the one that will figure out what you can do for me, right? Someone that is designing their career is the one that will say, this is what I can do. You must take the lead on your career and your life. Don't allow somebody else design it for you. I hope that helps. Okay, so I'm going to also, just as a way of appreciation, my team is here. Awesome. Thank you, Amy. Oluwafemi is on this call. Oluwafemi has been working on this with me. I think Kosi was here earlier. She's also part of the team. Thank you so much to you, Oluwafemi, for all your hard work. Oluwafemi built the website. It's been working hard, working day and night just to make sure it's ready for today. Thank you so much for your hard work. Thank you. And thank you to everyone that has stayed till the end of this session. I hope you take everything you've learned today and you begin to implement, you begin to work on it, build a system. Okay, build a system around yourself. Who can remind us what the 7 layers are? That's the last question I will ask. Who can remind us what the 7 layers are? Maybe there's a gift for someone that can remind us. Just put it, the first person to put it in the chat box. What are the 7 layers that we talked about today? What are the 7 layers that we talked about today? 7 layers that we talked about. Let's know we're still here. And I also really hope that, you know, the session also met everyone's expectation. We work hard every day, but we're not getting the result commensurate to our hard work. It's not fair, but we have the opportunity now to create the system that will get us, that will bring those opportunities to us. Capability, performance, evidence, trust, reputation, discoverability, opportunity. Amazing, amazing, amazing. We would give you a gift from Valoria Institute. That's going to be maybe a free 1 hour coaching session with me. So thank you for being here and for participating. All right, so please send an email to us, and we would reach out to you for your coaching session. Okay, it's been an amazing time, everyone. Thank you so much. Oluwafemi, I don't know if you would like to speak now about what people should expect on the platform. I've spoken a bit to that, but it will be good to also hear your voice. So it's not my voice alone all through today.
All right. Good morning, everyone. It's an opportunity to be on this call this morning and also to be a part of this project. Also, as a professional, we have found ourselves also being caught in certain webs, and as Temitayo keeps shedding light on them, I also find myself guilty of certain things which I need to also put in place. However, you're all welcome once again to Valoria Institute, and if we expect that every one of us we get value for our time and also be able to um, enjoy the value which Valoria Institute represent. And by visiting our website, that's the valoriainstitute.com, which I would currently just share on my screen now, share with you all so that I can do a little walkthrough. I'm not allowed to share my screen, but if anyone could share their screen, if you could assist in sharing our screen, just a walkthrough. So currently, what we have on our website is you taking the assessment and it's divided into 5 pillars. Prime assessment, which helps us to ascertain at what junction or at what point which we are lacking in our careers.
Please try
And
sharing now.
okay.
Yes.
Well, can see my screen. Let me know.
Yes, we can.
All right. So this is the website, and currently I'm signed in from my end here. So I possibly sign out. So towards your far right at the nav bar, we have to take the assessment. I've already taken the assessment. So by taking the assessment, you get to answer very critical questions, which are hinged on our performance. So as you can see on the dashboard here, the score is about 84, and for that profile, that user has taken the assessment and currently knows where to align with both a candidate and a speaker. And by scrolling down, okay, so you can see I've taken the assessment already, and I'm currently logged out for the next 1 year. So I can make value of the report and be able to build my career on it. So it's a platform for everyone at the moment to as a tool for our. So I want also see it as a tool to enhance our career. because these days we have a lot of tools out there, and basically we could discuss them because they are not really adding value to us. Valoria Institute is not one of those platforms. It helps enhance to our capabilities. So for HRs, employers of labor, event organizers, this is the place to be to look for the talent which has been well refined, not just some random resumes which we find on LinkedIn or some other job platforms that do not bring into context what the candidate is bringing on board. For example, I also has worked as uh, the head of a team, and most times when at the recruitment table, you suddenly realize the talent. Yes, very beautiful CV, well packaged, well designed. The fonts are well weighted, but the quantity, which is the person in question who has put forward this font, doesn't really justify the time. And there's a gap in between what they claim to have done and to the reality of what they have done. And sometimes most people, because they would speak the language most recruiters want to hear, which has some most times has been well rehearsed, get on the job and begin not to be able to perform. So this platform is as you can see, so presence. So what we get assessed about our presence, how we show up, relationships, how we connect, our intelligence, how we think about certain difficult situations. Sometimes also, you basically will not know how you will react to a thing until we are put into a very tight spot. And someone once said, "May our loyalties not be tested." So we can also say, "May characters will get tested in difficult situations." Mastery and it's about how we deliver, and enterprise is how we create. So before we get to put ourselves out there, so this tool, this assessment comes handy. It helps us to uh, be able to uh, build ourselves so that we can know exactly where we stand. So I believe once we visit the platform, we will get value for our time, we get value, we need to educate ourselves and make the best use of the tool. So I want us also remember the platform is a tool to enhance our careers, to enhance our speaking careers. So thank you everyone for being a part of this call today. Thank you to Tammy for the opportunity to be on a part of this team. It's a vision from the first day when you got to speak about it. I really bought into it. So we're expecting to see every one of you interact with our platform with this tool to enhance our career. And we're looking forward to also uh, work with as many as possible people to build your careers so that you can once say, oh, there's a platform out there that's pushed my career up front. We're looking forward to your reviews. So I'll also drop a link in the comment section for feedbacks. So we're expecting your feedbacks also, and we would love to hear from you. Thank you very much, everyone. Uh, I'll hand it over back to Tim.
Thank you, Femi. So yes, please, we need people to work with us on this social media managers. We need hands. So I mean, at this point, we can take volunteers. So if you know someone that is good for us, please help us spread the word. We need to also spread the Valoria gospel. It's something big that is coming. The potential is huge. We're still building, we are still, fine tuning things. So would appreciate every help. Also, please refer us, share the link in your WhatsApp chats, let people, take the assessments, let them get listed, let them get found. It's important. If you're a speaker, I think this is really good for you. You're looking for opportunities to speak, get listed, and you will just see the opportunities flowing in. So thank you so much, everyone, so much. Really appreciate Everyone, thank you so much. This means a lot to us at the Valoria Institute. We'll see you again. We'll be having maybe another webinar soon. I will be sure to reach out. Please tell your friends to join our webinars. It's value packed as all of you have experienced. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
You may know of FlexJobs as a job search website, but we're a whole lot more than that. We're a job search service that offers job seekers a better